let's understand the zeros of the cubic polynomial. This is the general expression of the cubic polynomial. Here, the coefficient a can never be 0. If it turns into 0, the entire term becomes 0 and that given expression turns into quadratic polynomial. Hence, for cubic polynomial, always the coefficient a for the x cube should be any number other than 0. And the zeros of this particular cubic polynomial can either be 1, 2 or 3. So, nil zeros case is not possible in the cubic polynomial. For any odd degree polynomial, the nil zero is not possible. Let us understand the first 3 zeros of the cubic polynomial. For that, we will consider x cube minus 4x. Now, we are going to take the value of x and y and you are going to plot that. You will find the graph to be this. In this graph, you find 3 points are meeting at the x axis, that is the graph is intersecting the x axis at 3 points. Hence, the number of zeros here is 3. We will also verify it by equating the given polynomial to 0. On equating, we get x is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 2, x is equal to 2. Hence, the total number is 3. This is the best example for the 3 zeros of the polynomial, cubic polynomial. Now, we will see 2 zeros for the cubic polynomial. To understand that, we will take the example expression as x cube minus x and we will have the corresponding values of x and p of x, that is also known as y, and plot that particular graph. You will get the graph to be like this. It is going to intersect at 2 points. So, the number of zeros of this particular cubic polynomial is 2. We will verify it with equating the given expression to 0 and we found the value to be x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1. Hence, you will have 2 zeros here. In the last case, you are going to see 1 0 for the cubic polynomial. For that, we will consider x cube and plot that graph. On plotting the graph, we get the graph to be like this. Okay. So, it is going to intersect at exactly at the origin. So, the value of x is 0 and so the number of point that is intersecting at the x axis is 1. Hence, the number of zeros for this cubic polynomial x cube is 1. We will also verify it with equating it to 0. Yes, on verifying, we find the value of x to be 0 and the number of zeros found here is 1. And one more thing I will show you here. This is the graph of minus x cube. You can find the graph of the minus x cube to be like this. The graph will be ending in the downward direction on the right side if it has a negative sign or a negative coefficient for the highest order of the polynomial. As said before, cubic polynomial will never have nil zeros as we saw in quadratic polynomial. If the degree of the polynomial is in the odd number, then it is said to have minimum 1 point it will intersect in the x axis. Even if the polynomial has a degree like 5 and 7, it will definitely intersect at the x axis minimum 1 point. So, nil zero is not possible in cubic polynomial.